for this time, coming late by this time. Our time is usually 10 o'clock. And also, I will as well apologize for the period of time I've not been on air. There are certain important issues that one needs to put together and certain challenges that one has been ensured to solve before we come on air again and discuss with great Biafrans. So before we make progress with what we have today, we must first of all acknowledge our Father in heaven, which is Tamara. We must pray. Abba Father in heaven, the one who made heaven and earth, the one that has all power. We call upon you today because we have our hope only on you. We trust in no other. We do not trust in chariots. We do not trust in weapons of warfare alone, but we trust in you. We trust in you alone. Our hope is in you alone. Because we know that with you, we can achieve anything and we can defeat any enemy. Our hope is on you alone, Abba Father, and our trust is in you alone. Oh Lord, we call upon you. We ask, oh Lord, that you comfort our leader where he is. Where he's under the oppression of the enemy. He's in the camp of the wolves. Lord, we ask that you guide and protect him, and you give him comfort even in the midst of challenges. And also that you comfort all our people, that you comfort every member of IPOB, and give us the strength, the inner strength to continue to push, to continue to take this movement to the next level that you have ushered us in. We can only pray, we can only call upon your name because we know that you alone can do everything. If you can make heaven and earth, then you can restore Biafra. Our hope is not in any man, but in you, O Tamara. Wingen and away, our trust is in you. The enemy in their camp, they are confused right now. They do not know what to do, but we are not confused. We are always on top because you reign from the top. Thank you, Elohim. Thank you, Abba Father. Tamara, Wingen and away, Mbana. Mbana. Aiba Mbana. Chukukike Abiyama Mbana. Do say this movement that we have started with you, we are going to finish it to the glory of your name and to the rejoicing of all those that desire freedom and all those that believe in freedom all over the world, and to the rejoicing of all Africans all over the world, because Biafra is a blessing. Biafra is a blessing not just to Biafrans, but to every black race. Biafra is the beginning of the freedom of black man. Thank you, oh Father. Thank you, Elohim. For we pray in the name of Yeshua. You say, more power. This morning, once again, as I said earlier, my name is Kbaud TARI NEMI, and we are here, though a lot of our time has been spent trying to fix the system, but we are here to ensure that these words move all over the world. And you are listening to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. This is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Okay? And today we are going to be talking about, our topic today is Ike Clark. Ike Clark is our topic. You know, sorry for that little break in transmission. So, as I was saying, our topic today is Ike Clark. Ike Clark is our topic. And somebody will be wondering, why did I choose to make somebody our topic for today? You will know why. Ike Clark is a self-styled Ijaw leader, a man that has sold himself and his people for peanuts for years. These are the ravening wolves in his own nation that has not done any good to his own nation. They have not brought any form of progress or freedom to the people. They have been the ones in power since 1970 or from the 60s. Ike Clark is somebody that started, in fact, it came into the reins of power during the period where Biafra was fighting for her independence and fighting for survival. Chief Ike Clark is one of those men that stood against the freedom of our people. He stood side by side with those that are killing us. And till today, he's still standing with them. I don't know the pact that he had with Fulani. I do not understand his relationship with them, but over time his relationship has only been to bow. Now, I as an individual, I believe that during the 60s, when our people fought for Biafra independence, and the zoo and the rest of the world declared the war of genocide and killed lots of our people. Many people chose different sides. I, as an individual, I do not quote unquote blame too many people that chose different sides. Some people were of the opinion that it is better for our people to remain with Nigeria and work things out. So they decided to fight against those that were fighting for freedom. While the rest of us, the rest of our fathers stood on the path of freedom and said, no, you cannot be killing us and we continue to work together. We cannot work together like the Holy Scripture says. Can two work together except they agree? Of course, we cannot work together. And this unholy marriage was not even our idea. It was from 1960 that power came to the local people in the contraption called Nigeria. Prior to that time, the local people were being ruled by foreigners. So the local people of the zoo called Nigeria had power from 1960, and that was when people started trying to make decisions. So in the late part of that decade, there were disagreements, and most of our fathers said, no, we cannot be together anymore, we have to leave. And the other said, no, because you have oil, we cannot let you go. Some of our people decided that they are going to be with the other people and all of that. So different people, different opinions. Yes, that was betrayal, of course, but I believe that some people at that time did not truly understand what our people were facing. They did not have an in-depth knowledge of the kind of threat that these Fulanis and these people stand for. Because as at that time, if you have a state in the zoo, then your state will have 50% derivation. What you get in your state, you get to keep 50% of it. You get to keep 50% of what you have and give to the federal government 50%. With 50% of your own resources, you should be able to determine your destiny to an extent. So some people that believe that, oh, we need to have a bigger country. Okay? No problem. I believe I kind of, to an extent, in some part of my heart, I have some part of my heart where I kind of pardon such people as at that time, because I believe they are ignorant. Not 50 years after. Now, why I said so is this. Many of such people that were ignorant, some of them have risen up against that particular ideology and have been killed. People like Ken Saro-Wiwa. Ken Saro-Wiwa, he was just like Ike Clark. He stood with Nigeria against his own people, and many of his own people were killed by Nigeria, by Nigerian forces. Not just Igbo people, because when we talk about Biafra genocide, Biafrans being killed and all that, everybody just think it is Igbo or only Igbo. It is not only Igbo. Some people were killed, brutally killed by the Nigerian forces, as well as the Ogoni people, as well as the Bibo people, as well as the Shekiri people. Biafran people were killed, most especially if you dare stand for Biafra. If your is that you have to be free from the oppression of the zoo, then you are finished. That was how they killed most of our people and forced many into exile. Many ran away. Many prominent people that had the understanding had to run away. And the coast was the first target. The target was the coast. They needed the coast. They needed to take over the coast of Biafra so that they can have first control of the oil and have the consent of the multinationals and their countries. That was it. That was the agreement. That was the understanding. And when the Nigerian forces started gaining grounds in the coast, that was where Britain and all their allies, that was where Britain and all their allies became confident with the zoo and strengthened them more so that they will take more of the coast and they can be benefiting from the oil, and we can go ahead and kill ourselves as much as we want to. Okay, so this is what these people did. This is exactly what they did. Now, but some years afterwards, Ken Saro-Wiwa rose up against the same Nigerian state and he was killed. Many other people have realized their errors and have turned away from the stance that they took. Why? Because they were ignorant. They did not sell their people out of their own will. They only felt like they have a different opinion because this is Biafra. In Biafra, we are independent minded. We are independent minded. Anybody can think whatever, and we come to the table and discuss it. That is how we are. Okay. Now, this kind of things that occur in the zoo, they are alien to us. Our people have never seen it before. We do not understand how these things work. That's why you see in Biafra there are lots of sabotage. Some people sabotage out of ignorance. They just feel, oh, they are just being independent. That they have the right to think the way they want to think. Now, for somebody that went through that and has gone through the zoo and have seen how much these people have oppressed our people over the years and continue to maintain the same stance, that person is worse than a demon. I must tell you the truth. And you must understand how these Fulanis work, how they operate. The way they operate is that for them to conquer any people, they must find people that are loyal, people that can understand them, not really understand them, people that are loyal to them, that are ready to do anything for them amongst your own people. Then they will strengthen such people and make them to be considered dignitaries amongst you. Then they will begin to use those people to weaken you and destroy you at the end. This is how they destroyed lots and lots of tribes in the north as they keep invading down south. Even until when they got to Yoruba land, it is the same thing. They made Afonja feel he needs to be independent. And Afonja helped them and fought against the Oyo army. And that was how they took Ilorin. And from Ilorin, they started trying to push further into Yoruba land until they were stopped. Now, what am I saying in essence? Chivike Clark is an old man. Because somebody is old doesn't mean that everything that he's saying is the truth. The question is, when this person was young, how was he? Was he somebody that stood by the truth when he was young? Because, as they say, foolish people also grow old. The fact that Ike Clark is an old man doesn't mean that this same man is saying the truth. What the man is doing is playing with our minds. He granted an interview with BBC and he was just talking lots of rubbish. First of all, he said that he's the leader of Ijaw people, self-styled leader of Ijaw people. He keeps portraying himself as the leader of Ijaw people and keeps pushing. If he doesn't get that position, that central position whereby he is the one making decisions for his own people, Ike Clark will not rest. Ike Clark will not rest. He will keep pushing and keep putting himself in that central position. Why? Why is Ike Clark always interested? Is it that he wants the good for his own people? No. Has he ever done anything good or pushed for anything good for his own people? No. If you think he has, then bring it up. Let me see it. What is that thing that Ike Clark has done for his own people to improve the life of his own people? What has he done? What has he influenced to push for the betterment of his own land? Our communities are being wasted and this man is claiming to be his own leader. He's claiming to be his own leader. And some foolish people are all over there trying to make him feel important. They will not call him out and tell him the truth. I'm not one of those. We must call him out and tell him the truth. You are not his own leader. For reassurance that his own people are not leaving Nigeria. I want to tell my fellow Izon people are mostly the Izon youths. Provided you keep believing in an INC that have Ike Clark as her chairman, you're going nowhere. Ike Clark is a comfortable Nigerian. He has taken his place. This is the same man that when his own son was president, Goodluck Jonathan was president, he was all over him. His own leader, the elder, his own elder. You see him, he's granting interview everywhere. Ike Clark, blah, 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 blah. Eating money here and there. He's everywhere. His own man is president. Ike Clark is everywhere. Anything about his own elders, he is the first person that you will see. Is the first name. He's the first name. Why so important? Why? Immediately the man lost election. Immediately, in fact, when Goodluck Jonathan was president, I didn't know so much about Ike Clark. I wasn't even so much interested in him, but I always saw him in the news. I always saw him around. Everywhere around about your elders, he is always the one. Always the one, always the person that people will be interviewing and be talking about is always his own leader. Always claim to be his own leader. I didn't particularly have any pain for him, whether love or hate, or like or dislike. I didn't really have anything per se for him. But when Goodluck Jonathan lost election, when we were all heartbroken, I personally, I was heartbroken. Many Biafrans were heartbroken. I was heartbroken. Personally, many Biafrans that I know were heartbroken. That same, I don't think it was even up to a month, Ike Clark invited Fulanis to his home in Delta State. What did he invite them for? He invited them and started. In fact, it disgraced Goodluck Jonathan. I was so ashamed. I was ashamed that I was an Izzo man. And this man is an Izzo man as well. Being an Izzo man myself, and this man is an Izzo man, I was ashamed of my DNA. For Ike Clark to be an Izzo man and do this kind of a thing, knowing fully well how Goodluck Jonathan lost his election, how he was betrayed in his party, how these people chose ethnicity over competence. And irrespective of all these things, you abandoned your son instead of you to be calming him down and stand by him and tell him that there's no problem, you might have lost the election, but life goes on. All you are interested in is to make up with your Fulani overlords. All he was interested in, because while Goodluck Jonathan was president, while he was all over Goodluck Jonathan, Goodluck, probably he felt like the Fulanis were seeing him as an enemy, just as they were seeing every other person that was standing by Goodluck. Every other Biafran that was standing by Goodluck. But he wasn't there because Goodluck was his brother. He was there for the money because Goodluck was president. And being an Izzo man and somebody that has been portraying himself as an Izzo leader, oh, he has to be #1 beneficiary of this gift. So he was there for the money. Of course, Goodluck Jonathan didn't know, or whether he knew, he didn't care. But immediately Goodluck Jonathan lost election. Fast, immediately he made up. He had to make up with his Fulani overlords, invited them to his home. And these guys were celebrating, they were all happy. He betrayed Goodluck Jonathan immediately. Is this the person that is calling himself the Izzo leader? Always want to be the one. Always want to be at the forefront. You have failed. When the Maxwell Buhari, when the Maxwell Buhari came and told the world that Ijaw leaders have accepted to be to remain with Nigeria, that is the person. Ike Clark is the person. They asked him that question and he was jumping around the question. You are the one, okay? We know you are the one. You can't hide it. You have assured them that you will do everything to ensure that Izzo land and the rest of the coast is not delivered from Nigeria. And now you are coming to give Ijaw people false hope. Oh, Ijaw Republic. Coming to give Ijaw people false hope. Ijaw Republic. That, okay, yes, it's not like we are not going to fight, because you know that when you tell Izzo people that, see, we are remaining in Nigeria, we are not going anywhere, they are going to come after you. So you are playing a game to give them false hope that, oh, see, we are not going to fight, but if we must do it, we'll do it at our own time. Blah 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 blah. There is no our own time. And all of you that are so quiet and so calm and feeling like all is well, do not think the young youths are not watching. Do not think the young ones are not watching. Do not think because everywhere seems to be calm and quiet, do not think the people are not watching. Because when the youths start misbehaving, you will not be able to stop them. This your game, this your deceptive game, it will not work. Why? Because we are here. When you come and you tell lies, we will come up and we are going to debunk it. And that is the truth. We will debunk every lie. First of all, you are not a leader of the Izon people. Ike Clark is not the leader of Izon people. You have never been and you will never be. You are only a politician, an old politician. Ike Clark is only a politician that is interested in money and to keep his political influence and to keep his political relevance at every point in time. All you do is to ensure that you are politically relevant so that the system do not forget you and you not go bankrupt. Because when nobody is thinking of Ike Clark anymore, when nobody is talking about Ike Clark anymore, then nobody will give Ike Clark money because practically Ike Clark do not actually have any political office. So he makes his money by deceiving his own people that there is hope so that the Fulani people can continue to give him money and give him contracts. We know all this game. We are not ignorant. The time when we were ignorant have passed. We understand this game. Now, you want to you are now the leader of Delta State as well. When you are speaking and saying that Delta State is not Biafra. Who made you speaker for Delta State? Who made you speaker for Delta State? Because you are from Delta State. Are you from Shakiri? Will you speak for Shakiri people? Are you from Urubu? Or okay, maybe you have some link with Urubu. Are you from Kwale? Are you from Asaba? Will you speak for the Igbo people in Delta State? Can you imagine? When was Delta State created? Delta State that is man-made creation. You are saying that Delta State is not Biafra. So if as the Fulani and the British and Britain is trying to define for us what Biafra is, that Biafra is Igbo. If Biafra is Igbo, are the Igbos in Delta State no longer Igbo? If Biafra is Igbo, then the Igbos in Delta State are also Igbo, so they are Biafrans. If Biafra is for only Igbo, if Biafra is for only Igbo, then the Igbos in Delta State are Biafrans. So your talk concerning yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting a good fight, or how did you put it? But that the what is wrong. Elder, you're the one that is wrong because you are only trying to create a deception that does not exist. And one thing you must understand is that in Biafra, we do not recognize the map created by foreign invaders or the map created by their creation. We do not observe Nigerian map or the maps created by the Nigerian states, which are the maps of the states, the 36 states and Abuja capital. We do not recognize such drawings, such maps, we do not recognize it. That is why those of us that are fighting for this freedom, those of us is all people that are fighting for this freedom, there is nothing like Bayelsa, there is nothing like Rivers State, there is nothing like Delta State for our Izon nation. We have Izon, we have Izon nation, there are no states. We don't recognize all these your fallacies that you call states. So stop thinking that you'll be speaking for other people that are not Izon people, whereby you can't even speak for the Izon people. You are not qualified to speak for Izon people, because you have showed over and over again that your loyalty is not to your Izon people, but your loyalty is to the oppressors of our people. Ike Clark, you are the one that the Fulani used to destroy the struggle for resource control. You have always been the mouthpiece of those that will talk to the boys in the sea. When our men get to work, and when they were bombing pipelines and everything, who is the first person that Fulani will call? Ike Clark. Ike Clark is the one that will go and be talking to these people. You are the one that poisoned the minds of all our combatants. That now all those people that took up arms against the Nigerian states in the past, what they are now, they are all mercenaries. Majority of them now are mercenaries, political mercenaries. When politicians want to do their election, they call them, give them money, and tell them to work as political thugs for them. Because Nigeria's elections are just war. Gunplay. Shoot me, I shoot you. If you have more gun power, then you win the election. Is that not what you people have been using our supposed freedom fighters for? When you succeeded in deceiving them, when they accepted the Greek gift called amnesty, and you continue to deceive them, even the Avengers, when the Avengers came up, were you not the one that Fulani used? Were you not the one that they used to deceive Avengers? That there is amnesty for them and they were all killed. Are you telling his own people this one? Were you not the one? Were you not the one that was used? His own people, Torufini, open your eyes, Torufini. These men are not for your good. They are there to destroy you and to destroy your generation. This man is trading with the lives of our people. He is making business with the lives of our people and with our destiny. With Ike Clark as the chairman of INC, his own National Congress will not make any progress. His own National Congress will never for one day call for Ijo Republic, no matter the conditions, no matter what Fulani will do to you, they will never call for Ijo Republic. Stop being deceived. This man is only here to defend the interests of Fulani. He is not here to defend the interests of his own. The day you get that into your head, that is the day that your freedom will begin. I am not a politician and I don't have interest in it. So I can tell you the truth. Whether you take it today or you take it tomorrow, the truth will remain the truth. You know, recently I met with a friend that used to always fight me on social media. And when he has realized the truth, and when he was telling me, it was as if I was the one that didn't even know the truth. Because I was amazed at the things that he said. He inspired me with the truth that he has discovered. This is somebody that a few years ago, we on social media, we were fighting like if we had seen each other face to face, we would have thrown blows. He would insult me and I would give it back to him. But today his eyes have opened because truth is eternal. And he made one statement. He said, you cannot fight the truth. Truth is eternal. You can't beat it. You cannot beat the truth. You can't beat the truth. Truth is eternal. So this is what we are saying. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth. He also mentioned Akwa Ibom. The question is, where is the second in command to Ojukwu? Where is he from? Philipethium. Where is Philipethium from? Is it not in that map that they drew and called Akwa Ibom? He's an Ibibio man. And in fact, it was the Biafran states in the 60s had two presidents. Because Ojukwu, when he was to leave, he handed over to somebody, to his second in command. So for that period, the second in command became the president. So an Ibibio man from Akwa Ibom State was the president of Biafra. And you're saying that Akwa Ibom is not part of Biafra. So how come an Ibibio man was a president? If Akwa Ibom is not Biafra, if Ibibio is not Biafra, how come an Ibibio man was the president? Izo is not Biafra. How come the name Biafra was reminded to the Eastern Assembly by an Izo man? It was an Izo man that reminded the House that this is our ancient identity, this is our ancient name, and this is the name that we must stand by if we are to leave this evil contraption that in the first place we had no business with. Is an Izo man. So I find it difficult to understand what some people are saying. There's nothing wrong with calling for an Ijo Republic or an Izo Republic, however I want to pronounce the name. But don't use it to deceive us. Don't give us false hope. If you want to call for Ijo Republic, start it. Start it now. Don't tell us that no, we are not doing Biafra. We'll do Ijo Republic. Meanwhile, Ijo Republic is in a future that will never come. It's a deception. They want to keep Ijo Republic in your mind so that you will not fight for what is handy. The Biafra that we are all fighting for, you will not put your effort and fight for it. Some people will go and sleep in the hope that one day we will start the fight for Izo Republic. So let us remain in Nigeria now until Fulani has taken over our land and we will no longer have the ability to fight for anything. That is the deception. That is the simple deception. You can be playing your game, trying to deceive many people that this one is not Biafra, this one is not Biafra, but it's not going to work because some of us are still here and we'll keep talking. And the referendum is not going to be only in Southeast. The referendum will also be in South-South, according to your false maps or false descriptions. It will also be here down in the South-South, in the coastlands of Biafra. The people must choose. It must be the choice of the people, not few oppressive sects that have settled themselves by eating from the destiny of their own people. Not the few. You don't just go there and be discussing things that will benefit politicians. What do you want? You want Torebe State, so that you will now be the god there. Ike Clark will now be the god in Torebe State. You now be the kingmaker. Whosoever you want to make governor is who will be governor. That's what you're looking for. That's why it's a create Torebe State. Create state for Ijaw people in River State. We know all these games. All these games, we know them. And the game is up. You must realize that the game is up. You must realize that the game is up. And do not think because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, now you now have the free will to come up and talk rubbish. Because when he was on radio, you could not talk rubbish, because you know that when you talk rubbish, he will disgrace you. He will call you out and lash you like a child. Now you're not granting interview to BBC and be talking rubbish. You want to joke with our destiny. It's not going to happen. How many years do you have to live that you're joking with our destiny? You want to joke with our destiny. It is not going to happen, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. 1,000 of you or the likes of you cannot deceive our people. You cannot succeed. 1,000 of you will not succeed. You take pride in deceiving our people. Take pleasure in deceiving our people and keeping our people in eternal bondage in their minds. Because of you, the Ijaw people, the minds of the Ijaw people are so washed. Most of our people cannot think straight, cannot think rightly, because of evil people like you that come to give them false hope and will not show them reality and tell them the truth. All because you want to defend a political circuit where you have control and you keep on controlling. Because with what you do, the politicians will always want to stand by you and you'll be fueling them. All those games are over. All those games are over. You love the Ijaw people so much. Why did you pick up a quarrel? Why did you pick up a quarrel with a fellow Ijaw person that was spelling it out how the Nigerian state has not been beneficial to the South? Yes, during the confab meetings, you picked up a quarrel with one of the Ijaw representatives there. You picked up a quarrel. Why? Why did you pick up a quarrel? Because she came to reveal something that you don't want our people to be aware of. You don't want our people to be aware of. She came to reveal things. Because she came to reveal things you don't want our people to be aware of. You picked up a quarrel I was claiming to be the Izon leader, and whatever I do not approve will not fly. So that your Fulani overlords, your Fulani masters will give you thumbs up and praise you that yes, you are at it. You are with them. Because she came to bring a troubling report. You are the Izon leader. You are not the Izon leader. You are not. You are somebody that was picked by the Fulani. And every Izon man must know that you are picked by the Fulani. Today we had very limited time because we're trying to put one or two things together. And as at Facebook, I cannot come up on Facebook. I cannot come up on Facebook. I will work it out to see if tomorrow I will be able to come up on YouTube so that people can also watch us from YouTube. I can't come up on Facebook because Facebook blocked me. They usually do that whenever the times are tough like this. They usually do that. They usually try to block me. So I will not be able to dispel. I will not be able to release these dangerous truths that we usually release. They just watch whenever the times are very, very, because they just watch whenever it is very, very pertinent. They just cut me off from on Facebook. So we'll keep on moving. Very soon I'll be back. I'll be back on Facebook. Thank you very much for listening. And we'll be calling it a day for today. Ike Clark and the likes of them cannot continue to deceive our people. They cannot continue to deceive our people, and I want to assure them that this game that they are playing very, very soon, one day, it will work out against. Yeah, sorry, we're back, and somebody have an announcement. There's an announcement to make. Hello.
Yeah, Mazi Tari, a very good morning from you. What's up, Polada? Remember, Mazi, okay, for the and I hear from Maki in all the province of Biafra land. Every other protocol is duly observed because you don't have time. Mazi, I just came in to announce to our people within Sapele area that their radio is on right now. We just finished that now. The radio is on 102.1.
That's beautiful.
Please, if you are within and around the Sapele, enjoy your radio. And keep listening to Radio Biafra. Every information you get on Radio Biafra is 100% verified. Stay tuned and continue to listen to our radio. Mazi, as time progresses, we'll be coming to announce places. Thank you. I remain Okreneka.
Thank you very, very much, my brother. You have a little time. If you have one or two things to tell our people, you can go ahead.
No, Maz, it's not. It's not. This time, Edwin Clark is an old man at this age of almost or close to 90 years. He refused to repent. That is to tell you, he cannot repent again, Maz, and he cannot convince or continue to confuse and deceive the people of so-called their so-called death or whatever he calls it. I thank God you have done the needful, Maz. You have finished the talking. You have done it, and I think the message. Your message was well put. You understand, and it's delivered anyway. Continue hitting, continue educating your people, continue educating Biafrans. Those people is deceiving. We thank God at this point in time, when Onion is in, what they are supposed to do, they don't want to do it. We are watching all of them, Mazi. There's no problem. They have only one option. All of them. If Onion don't come out, Mazi, man has a way, woman has a way. It's not everything we say in the open. Let us continue doing the one we can do, especially making sure that our people, all nooks and crannies of Biafra land, get this gospel by hearing their radio now. So now our priority for now, and the unconditional release of our leader. No too much talking, evening gospel. Thank you from here.
First and the last.